My friends, if there is one truth that separates those who rise to greatness from those who remain chained to mediocrity, it is the habit of educating yourself daily, not occasionally, not when it is convenient, not when the mood strikes, but daily. Every single day you must commit yourself to learn, to expand, to reach for knowledge that stretches your understanding and sharpens your abilities. Life is an unending classroom, and every moment offers us the chance to grow. The tragedy is not that men and women are born ignorant. The tragedy is that many remain so by choice. Ignorance is not cured by time. Ignorance is destroyed by a deliberate pursuit of knowledge, and knowledge, when applied with discipline, becomes power. The man who stops learning is like a tree that stops drinking water. Slowly the leaves wither, the branches weaken, and the roots dry up. Yet the man who continues to learn, who continues to feed his mind with wisdom, becomes stronger with each passing season. His mind is sharp, his spirit alert, and his confidence unshakable. Education is not a ceremony of receiving a certificate, nor is it confined to the walls of a schoolhouse. Education is a lifelong duty, a sacred responsibility. If you are breathing, you must be learning. Every day you rise in the morning, you are faced with a choice. Will I spend this day as a consumer of distractions, or will I spend this day as a builder of my mind? You may not have wealth in your bank account today, but you can build wealth in your thoughts. You may not have influence among men today, but you can cultivate influence in your ideas. You may not yet be where you want to be, but by educating yourself daily, you move one step closer. For success is never an accident. It is the compound interest of daily learning, daily growing, daily pushing forward when others are standing still. Understand this: ignorance carries a terrible cost. The man who refuses to learn will forever be a servant to the man who does. The woman who closes her mind will forever be subject to the woman who opens hers. The marketplace rewards the educated, not merely those with degrees, but those who have trained their minds to think, to solve, to adapt, to create. If you wish to rise above the ordinary, you must do what the ordinary refuse to do. You must educate yourself daily. There are those who say, "I do not have the time." And I say to them, you have the same hours in your day as the man who became great. Time is the most democratic gift given to mankind. The rich and the poor alike are granted 24 hours. The difference lies in how those hours are invested. 10 minutes each morning spent feeding your mind with truth is better than 10 hours wasted on gossip, complaint, or idle entertainment. And those minutes, multiplied day after day, year after year, will build a mind of steel, a vision of clarity, and a spirit of determination. Let me tell you, a book can be a seed, a single idea planted in your mind that can grow into an entire forest of opportunity. One conversation with a wise man, one lecture from a great teacher, one lesson captured from life itself can alter the entire trajectory of your destiny. But these gifts are given only to those who are open, only to those who are seeking, only to those who hunger for growth. The one who has no hunger will starve in the midst of a banquet, but the one who hungers daily will find wisdom everywhere. Educating yourself daily does not mean simply reading words and forgetting them. It means meditating upon them, applying them, living them. Knowledge unused is like a tool that rusts in the corner of a shed. It does no good until it is placed in the hands of one who acts. So when you learn, ask yourself, how can this be applied? How can this truth be lived? How can this idea be transformed into action? Knowledge without application is like a lamp hidden under a basket. It shines, but it illuminates nothing. But knowledge applied is like a torch in the darkness, guiding the way forward not only for yourself, but for others who follow. The greatest investment you can make is not in land, not in gold, not in possessions, but in your mind. Possessions may be stolen, markets may fall, Structures may collapse, but what you place in your mind cannot be taken from you. What you learn becomes part of you. It becomes your weapon in adversity, your guide in confusion, your shield in uncertainty. The one who has trained his mind has a treasure that inflation cannot devalue, thieves cannot steal, and time cannot erode. Consider for a moment the difference between the man who reads daily, listens daily, questions daily, observes daily, and the man who does not. One grows sharper, more perceptive, more disciplined. The other grows dull, narrow, and blind to opportunity. One is prepared when the moment of decision comes. The other hesitates, stumbles, and loses his chance. Education prepares the soil so that when the seed of opportunity is planted, it springs forth with life. Without preparation, opportunity is wasted. The world is filled with men who had opportunities but no preparation, and so they fell back into obscurity. Ask yourself, what do you feed your mind each day? Do you allow your mind to consume the endless chatter of negativity, gossip, and foolishness? Or do you feed your mind with principles, strategies, wisdom, and truth? The mind, like the body, becomes what it consumes. Feed it garbage, and it will grow weak. Feed it strength, and it will grow powerful. Choose carefully what enters your mind, for what you take in will one day come out in your words, your actions, and your destiny. Greatness is built in quiet hours of preparation. While the world sleeps, the great minds are awake, reading, studying, planning, sharpening themselves for the battles of tomorrow. Success is not built in public. It is revealed in public, but built in private. Behind every leader who stands with confidence is a man or woman who spent countless hours educating themselves daily when no one was watching. You must decide whether you will do the same. Education daily is not a burden, it is a privilege. To wake each morning with the chance to learn, to grow, to improve, is the greatest of blessings. You need not travel far to educate yourself. A book on your shelf, a lecture freely available, a journal in which to write your thoughts, all these are tools of education. The key is not the abundance of resources, but the consistency of effort. Many possess books but never read them. Many hear truth but never practice it. Many see opportunities but never seize them. Do not be one of them. Be the one who not only learns but applies, not only studies but transforms, not only listens but acts. There will always be voices of doubt that say, "Why waste your time learning? Life is short, enjoy it." But I tell you this, life is too short not to learn. For every day wasted in ignorance is a day stolen from your potential. Every day spent learning, even if only in small steps, is a day invested in building a better tomorrow. The man who educates himself daily becomes a master of discipline, and discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. Dreams without discipline are illusions, but dreams combined with daily education and disciplined action become reality. There is no secret formula for success. The formula has been the same for centuries. Educate yourself daily, apply what you learn, never stop, and eventually you will rise. Remember this also. Education is not only for the advancement of your career, it is for the elevation of your spirit. A wise man is not only rich in knowledge but rich in character. Daily education teaches patience, humility, discernment, and courage. It reminds you that no matter how much you know, there is always more to discover. The proud man thinks he has arrived. The wise man knows he is always on the journey. Do not mistake entertainment for education. The world offers endless distractions, but few of them will nourish your mind. Entertainment is easy, education requires effort. Entertainment dulls, education sharpens. Entertainment passes the time, education redeems it. And though many chase entertainment for comfort, the one who seeks education will one day be the one whom others come to for guidance. If you begin today, and you dedicate even 1 hour a day to the pursuit of learning, in 5 years you will be an expert in your field. In 10 years you will be a master, and in a lifetime you will leave a legacy of wisdom that others will benefit from long after you are gone. The key is not speed but consistency. One brick laid each day builds a wall that time cannot tear down. So I challenge you each morning to ask yourself, what shall I learn today? What new truth can I add to my understanding? What weakness can I strengthen by seeking wisdom? And each evening ask yourself, what did I learn today that I can apply tomorrow? In these simple questions lies the path to greatness. The one who educates himself daily cannot remain the same. He cannot remain small. He cannot remain weak. Day by day he transforms. Day by day he becomes wiser, stronger, more capable, more influential. While others wonder how he rose, he knows the answer. He rose because he educated himself daily. My friends, you cannot control the circumstances into which you were born, but you can control the education of your mind. You cannot control the fleeting opinions of others, but you can control the wisdom you acquire. You cannot control the length of your life, but you can control the depth of your learning. And by educating yourself daily, you rise above excuses, above obstacles, above limitations, and you write for yourself a destiny that cannot be denied. So do not wait for tomorrow. Begin today. Begin now. Pick up a book, listen to a teacher, observe life, ask questions, apply what you know. Make it your creed, your unshakable habit, to educate yourself daily. For in this discipline lies the seed of all greatness, the foundation of all success, and the essence of a life fully lived. And when you reach the end of your journey, you will not look back with regret, for you will know that each day you grew, each day you improved, each day you climbed higher. You will know that you became all you were meant to be because you embraced the timeless truth. Educate yourself daily. There is a force within every human being that cries out to be awakened, a hunger that only knowledge can satisfy. Yet most men silence that cry, distracting themselves with noise, with comfort, with routine. They forget that life itself is an exam, and each day brings questions that only the educated mind can answer. Every challenge you face is a question. Every obstacle is a problem. Every setback is a test, and the preparation for those tests is found in the daily education of your mind. The unprepared fall apart in confusion. The prepared rise with confidence. Think of the inventors, the builders, the dreamers who changed the course of history. They were not born with greater talent than you. They were not given more hours in a day than you. They simply chose to cultivate their minds with daily learning, while others wasted their time. They refused to let their days be stolen by idleness. They refused to live on yesterday's knowledge. They refused to die with their potential unused. And so they learned, and applied, and learned again, until the world could not ignore their greatness. Do not deceive yourself by believing that growth happens automatically. No man drifts into wisdom. No woman stumbles into mastery. Growth is intentional. It is deliberate. It is the result of choosing every day to stretch your understanding, to challenge your limits, to question, to seek, to apply. And though the progress may seem small from one day to the next, the cumulative effect is nothing short of miraculous. A single drop of water seems insignificant, but drop by drop it fills a mighty ocean. So too your daily learning, insignificant in the moment, becomes over time a force that cannot be measured. If you ever feel weak, educate yourself. If you ever feel lost, educate yourself. If you ever feel unprepared, educate yourself. If you ever feel small, educate yourself. For knowledge brings clarity, it brings power, it brings direction. It lights the path ahead and gives you strength to walk it. It equips you to stand where others stumble. It prepares you for victories that others will call impossible. And understand this, The habit of daily education does not only elevate your own life, it becomes a gift to others. When you learn, you teach. When you grow, you lift. When you become wiser, you influence others to become wiser too. Your daily commitment to education does not stop with you. It becomes a ripple that touches your family, your community, your generation. A single enlightened mind can transform countless others, but only if it chooses to be enlightened. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Do not say, "When I have more time, I will learn." Time will not multiply for you. Do not say, "When I am successful, I will read." It is reading that prepares you for success. Do not say, "When I am older, I will study." Age will not make wisdom automatic. Begin now where you are with what you have. Even 10 minutes of focused learning a day is more valuable than 10 hours of wasted distraction. Do not underestimate the power of a small daily step, for it is those small steps that create the greatest journeys. So I tell you again, rise each day with a hunger to learn. Guard your mind as your greatest treasure. Seek wisdom as your most valuable possession. Do not waste the gift of time on emptiness when you could be building greatness. Educate yourself daily, for in doing so you are shaping your future, empowering your destiny, and proving to the world that nothing can stop the growth of a determined mind. And when the years have passed, when others marvel at your strength, your vision, your achievements, you will know the truth. You will know that it was not luck, it was not chance, it was not fortune. It was your daily decision to feed your mind, to train your spirit, to prepare yourself. And in that moment you will stand as living proof of the power of this eternal law. Educate yourself daily. The world is moving faster than it ever has before. New discoveries, new technologies, new opportunities appear almost daily. And those who fail to keep up, those who stop educating themselves, are left behind in confusion, wondering why life has passed them by. The man who educated himself yesterday but stops today will be surpassed by the one who keeps going. For knowledge is not a static possession. It must be renewed, refreshed, replenished. Just as the body needs food each day, the mind needs nourishment each day. A single meal will not sustain you for a lifetime, and a single lesson will not carry you through the years. Daily education is not optional. If you desire lasting success, it is essential. Look closely at those who complain the loudest about their struggles, and you will often find people who have neglected to grow. They blame the world, they blame luck, they blame others, but the truth is they have failed to sharpen themselves. A dull blade cannot cut, no matter how hard it strikes, but a sharp blade slices with ease. The same is true of the mind. If you educate yourself daily, life's challenges that once seemed impossible will become manageable, even simple. For the stronger your mind, the weaker your obstacles become. And do not think education is only found in books. It is found in every experience, every conversation, every mistake, every observation of life itself. But the key is awareness. The key is openness. The key is humility to say, "I do not yet know enough, and therefore I will learn." Pride closes the door to wisdom. Curiosity opens it wide. A curious mind grows young even in old age, while a proud mind grows old even in youth. You must also learn to protect your time, for the world will seek to steal it with endless distractions. Every hour wasted on empty pursuits is an hour stolen from your growth. Ask yourself, how much time have I lost to meaningless talk, to idle scrolling, to noise that adds nothing to my life? And then compare it to how much time you have invested in your education, in your growth, in your vision. The balance will reveal your future. If more time is spent in distraction than education, the result will be weakness. If more time is spent in education than distraction, the result will be power. The choice is always yours. You may ask, what if I start late? What if I am already behind? And I tell you, better late than never. Better to begin today than to remain forever where you are. A man who begins at 40, 50, even 70, and learns daily, will grow wiser than the man who began early but stopped. It is not the age at which you begin that matters, it is the consistency with which you continue. The moment you choose to learn is the moment you choose to change, and change is possible for anyone, at any time, if they will only educate themselves daily. Great men and women are not remembered because they entertained themselves. They are remembered because they prepared themselves, disciplined themselves, and educated themselves to rise above the common level. They became indispensable to their world by refusing to remain ignorant. They knew that a day wasted without learning is a day stolen from their destiny, and so they lived with urgency, with purpose, with hunger. Will you do the same, or will you let your days slip quietly away, stolen by trivialities, while the treasure of wisdom passes you by? Remember, every day you fail to learn, someone else is learning. Every day you neglect your growth, someone else is growing. And the day will come when you will meet that person, and they will have the advantage. But if you choose to educate yourself daily, you will never fear such encounters, for you will know that you are as prepared as anyone can be. You will stand not with excuses, but with strength. You will rise not with regret, but with confidence. And the world will recognize that you have mastered the single most important habit of all, educating yourself daily. And so, let me leave you with this truth. Your future is not written in the stars, it is written in your daily habits. And among those habits, none is greater, none is more powerful, none is more transformative than the commitment to educate yourself every single day. If you will hold to this, no obstacle can break you, no setback can define you, no ignorance can bind you. You will live with clarity, with power, with vision. And when the final chapter of your life is written, it will testify not of wasted days, but of a life lifted by wisdom, strengthened by discipline, and crowned with the rewards of daily education. Each day is a blank page, waiting for you to decide what will be written upon it. Will you fill it with meaningless repetition, the same thoughts you carried yesterday, or will you use it to add new wisdom, new insights, new strength to your life? The man who repeats the same day over and over without learning is not living. He is merely existing. But the man who educates himself daily is reborn with every sunrise, for he carries into the new day something greater than he had the day before. He builds a life not of stagnation, but of expansion, not of routine, but of progress. It is easy to believe that education belongs only to the young, but that belief has crippled generations. Education is the breath of the soul, and the soul does not age. The body may weaken with time, but the mind that feeds daily on knowledge grows stronger, clearer, more capable. Look into the eyes of a person who never stopped learning. You will see light, you will see fire, you will see vitality that outshines the years written on their face. That is the reward of daily education. It keeps the mind alive, while others allow theirs to grow old before their time. You must also remember that daily education demands humility. You cannot learn if you believe you already know everything. Arrogance is the enemy of growth. Many remain small because they close their ears, convinced that nothing new can be taught to them. They are imprisoned by their pride. But the wise open their ears, open their eyes, open their hearts, and remain teachable, no matter how much they have already achieved. It is this humility that allows them to rise higher, for they know that the higher they climb, the more there is still to learn. Think of the farmer who plants his seed. He does not expect a harvest after one day. He understands the law of gradual growth. So it is with education. You may not see immediate transformation after a single day of learning. But day after day, lesson after lesson, truth upon truth, your mind will expand, your character will deepen, your vision will sharpen. And then one day, without realizing it, you will look back and see how far you have come. The daily drops will have filled the ocean, the daily steps will have carried you miles, and the daily lessons will have built a foundation unshakable by time or trial. The world admires results, but often ignores the process that creates them. People will look at your achievements and call you fortunate. They will see your confidence and call it natural. They will hear your wisdom and believe you were born with it. But you will know the truth. You will know that it was built in the hidden hours, in the quiet discipline of educating yourself daily. You will know that what they call luck is simply the harvest of seeds sown day after day in seasons when no one was watching. Do not allow discouragement to rob you of this habit. Some days you will feel tired, some days you will feel distracted, some days you will feel as though you are learning but not progressing. In those moments, remind yourself, every step counts, every page matters, every lesson builds upon the last. Progress is not always loud, but it is always real. The mind you shape today will reward you tomorrow in ways you cannot yet imagine. So, discipline yourself. Make a vow to never let a day pass without learning something new, something that challenges you, something that adds to your wisdom. Let no day go to waste in the darkness of ignorance when it could shine with the light of knowledge. For life is too precious, too short, too valuable to be lived without growth. Educate yourself daily, and you will rise beyond limitation, beyond fear, beyond mediocrity, into the fullness of your God-given potential. And when your journey comes to its end, when your days are gathered into the story of your life, you will not be remembered for what you possessed, but for who you became. And who you become is shaped not by chance, not by fate, but by the daily choice to learn, to grow, and to live as one who understood the eternal truth. That greatness is found in the habit of educating yourself daily. In the end, the choice is simple but profound. Each day you either move closer to the person you were created to be, or further away. Each day you either grow stronger or weaker, wiser or duller, richer in spirit or poorer in vision. And the difference lies in whether you choose to educate yourself daily. This is the master key, the golden habit, the foundation upon which all success, all character, and all greatness is built. Make this commitment and hold to it without wavering. If you do, your life will not be a story of wasted years, but a testimony of constant growth, unshakable discipline, and victories that others will call impossible. Educate yourself daily, and you will live a life that cannot be forgotten.